Twins, we gotta freaking talk. I have several conspiracy theories written down, and it's basically gonna be a yap session. I can't sleep. I fell down several rabbit holes, and now my brain is on fire. So maybe this video will at least be entertaining and can make you say, "Hmm, interesting." First things first. The idea of media confessing what they're going to do before they do it, okay? We are aware that the news does this, or The Simpsons does this. There are certain media outlets or movies that will tell you what they're going to do and what they're planning, okay? By they, I mean them. I can't say it. So, twins, I know I'm going to look schizo. That's okay. It's a fun rant. So, essentially, the media outlets. I noticed this with 3 video games I like to play, and of course, there's several other movies and outlets that tell you exactly what the elites are doing and exactly what they're planning to do next. Just have to keep reading in between the lines. There's no such thing as a coincidence, my twin. Okay, the first things first. Black Ops 1. I didn't know how stupid I was, but then again, it's in plain sight. The game is literally about a man you have to free who's named Mason from the numbers, okay? We're going to go into numerology and in conspiracy theory, not conspiracy, MK Ultra mind control, okay? Mind control and cloning has been a thing. They've been doing it since World War II. They're still doing it, and they're definitely way more ahead than what they think, than what we think they are. So, Freemason. Pay attention to the words. Freemasonry. The G, capital, everything, all that. It's literally a game about a guy you're trying to get free from the numbers of his mind control. Then we find out, yes, they are doing mind control. Black Ops 2. They literally had the right date. Now, I know people are going to say, Junior, eventually, with all forms of media and science fiction, they're eventually going to get some things right. Of course, I understand that. But when it goes back to back, like the 3 examples, it's kind of. So, Black Ops 2. In 2025, we get in war with Yemen. We get in the tides for potential World War III are at its peak in 2025. And they caught the date and right countries perfectly in the Black Ops 2. And now, obviously, 2026, the tensions are even higher, but with the war in Iran. But the next thing is, what's the one? You got Black Ops 1, Ghost, Call of Duty Ghost. Did you know in that game we also invaded Venezuela for an unknown reason? Totally not for oil. Totally not for the Nephilim. Anyways, so that's one thing. I find it very interesting that everything is in plain sight. Every time you look, notice these things. The number 3, the number 7, number 13, and 9. These, for some reason, are in damn near every religious literary text. Why is that? Why is the number 7 shown as that divine perfection? Why is the number 7 in Islam? They talk about the 7 hells, the 7 heavens. They talk about in Buddhism. I don't know much about Buddhism, but they talk. I'm sure there's 7s in there too. I don't doubt it. But I'm sounding crazy. But numerology is kind of incredible. The math is really the closest thing to the language of God that we have. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the checkerboard. You gotta notice this shit. There's a reason for everything. The checkerboard, from my research, is basically what we see that keeps us down here in the lowest possible spiritual plane that we can, and not all the way ascending to here. For some reason, they're trying to keep us at the lowest possible form, easiest to control. Now, this is another thing I noticed. Stay with me here, because it involves someone's death. Renee Nicole, rest in peace. Okay? Hear me out, twin. Rest in peace. I'm not belittling her death, but I'm just noticing these things. Renee Nicole, and I believe in Latin or Greek, I'll put the thing up here where it says her name literally means rebirth, victory for the people. I'm assuming this is the start of a ritual or something else. She passed away on 3300 block on 33rd Street, and the officer, or the ICE agent, not an officer, fuck that, no. The ICE agent who murdered her literally had a similar accident or a similar encounter before. J.D. Vance says that this ICE agent has suffered from a traumatic experience that led him to have 33 stitches. He says that a few times. I think he said it 3 times, actually. He really makes it apparent that it was 33 stitches. 33 stitches on 33rd Street, 33rd block. Another thing to notice. 3 kids. She had 3 kids. And you know what else is funny? Her kids' ages were 15, 6, and 12. You know how much that is? Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cases where the 3 was mentioned. Interesting. My birth actually has like 8 forms of 3s. So I don't know if I'm a planned baby or something, but it is what it is. Okay, the next thing to notice. The Bible is a manual to the brain. Okay, when Jesus says to cast your brain to the right side, I believe what he meant to say was not to literally catch fish on the right side, but the religions that we have were from the Middle East. In the Middle East, they spoke in expressions like, when they say I have a heavy heart, it's not literally that my heart gained a pound and it weighs more, but it's that I carry great sorrow. Or let's shoot the bull, let's chop it up. We're not literally chopping something up. We're not literally grabbing a gun and shooting an animal. We're not literally saying that maybe cast your net on the right side. Maybe Jesus was talking about using the right side of your brain as a form of walking through life. With faith, you can move mountains. Do not walk by sight. The one who has will be given more, and the one who doesn't have, even that will be taken from them. Essentially, the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. Why is that? It's because God, in the Quran, I'm switching, they're all connected. I'm going from Bible to Quran. The Quran says God doesn't change the situation of a people, or I think it says in the Bible as well, it doesn't change the situation of a people unless they change something within themselves first. Nothing moves if nothing moves. It has to start from here. Kendrick Lamar, there are also signs in all music, okay? Kendrick Lamar says in his poem, when he talks to himself, and I believe it is in, I don't know, I think it was Luther, no, it was, Reincarnated, okay, convenient, Reincarnated, okay, the song, he's arguing with himself, he's arguing with God, he's arguing with his father, I think. It says that, how can you expect forgiveness when there is no forgiveness in your heart? You can't have what you don't already have. What you want must already be present within you. The kingdom of heaven is already within you. And Jesus in his teaching says, his job was not to show you how just amazing he was, but to demonstrate how amazing you can be. He literally says that you can do better than me. The man who walked on water, the man who did the impossible, born from a virgin birth. Jesus, the Christ himself, was a form of expression, but not of a literally explaining that this guy just walked on water, but he was able to do incredibly impossible things that you and me are capable of doing and greater. So another thing I've noticed in all religions, first off, what the hell is it with the aliens? Okay, I know I'm jumping from everywhere, but I think I'm gonna end it here. We'll start it. This will be a part 1. Why is it there's always aliens in every culture and in every religion? Okay, it's always something, a being coming from the sky, coming down to give knowledge, giving tools, stuff that you shouldn't have or stuff that you should have, and now you're learning as you go. Kind of interesting. I hope that video helps. Interesting stuff. I'll see you.